So everybody, welcome back to SRL Tier 2 round number 8 of the championship here at Silverstone. We are doing it a bit different this weekend. We have a one-shot quali and then a 5-lapper to have the grid for the race 50% that will follow. So let's run quickly through the standings as the drivers are ready up. We have Furico leading the championship now with 156 points. Then we have Norgay following him with 141. So the gap is growing between those two. Hoeders, who unfortunately spun out last week, has 128 points, so he needs a good result today to stay in the championship fight. Then we have Gatsby on 103 and Irma on 87, completing the top 5. And in the constructors, it is almost determined already, because Mercedes is leading with 297 points, followed by Haas with a 190. So Haas will be looking backwards to AlphaTauri, who has 177 points. So let's see. We have a dry one-shot quali, it seems. So let's see, you have a free tire choice in the race, so this is just to determine the grid. And of course the top 8 will score points as well. So here we go. Let's see if he can get to the top. It's Irma leading at the moment, so let's jump on board with him. So the Haas boys are 1-2 at the moment, but it's still early days. So we have Semi and Sharif who are sitting out a quali ban, so they will not be starting. And Stewart takes the lead momentarily, but now it's Razi in the lead, but now Irma back again in the lead. So it's very close between a lot of drivers at the moment. The top 2 in the championship is down the order. They're in 9th and 10th, so they're having it difficult. Let's see, the Irma does not invalidate, so he is still leading, although Razi is very close. So looks like it's quite a competitive grid for Rico now, all the way down to last place. And Irma down to 3rd, and it looks like Razi is now leading. So let's jump on board with him. Quina also doing very good in P4, Hoeders in P5. So let's see, into the last couple of corners. Hoeders is losing a little bit of positions, shaking in the middle, and Stewart steals it on the line. It's a well, that went very quick. I think it was a 127.3, but I'm not sure. Furico has been disqualified, so he will be at the back. Very unfortunate for him. So let's see as Stewart takes it. Look at that gap between the top 3, all within a tenth. 127.3 for Stewart. Razi takes a 127.4. And Quina takes a 127.4.5 to P3. Then you have Norgay, who was down in the first sector but recovered it pretty well at the end. So he takes P4. And we have the Canadian in the Haas taking 5th and 6th. Hoeders takes P7. Rocky takes P8. Sportman P9. Popsada P10. Neuropi takes P11. And Riyad and Furico have been disqualified. So very poor sprint quali for Rico Toxic, the championship leader. So let's see how the 5-lapper will go. So it will be raining for the sprint, so that will be exciting. So and we are gone. So let's see who has a good start. Looks like a bit of a shaky start from a lot of people, but Norgay jumps Quina. We have Carnage in the back. Bob Sada is already out, and we have a lot of cars spinning. It's chaos at the back. Irma is gone, but Stewart takes the lead. Razi P2 still. Norgay in P3. Quina takes P4. Sportman has have a absolute great start up to P5. Norpite P6. Farico has a great start as well, up to P7. Sharif in P8, 9th Gatsby. Riyadh in 10th. Hooders not had a great start at all. As had Irma, Rocky and Sammy. So let's jump back to the front where Razi is close to the back of Stewart. Quinn had a moment in the background there. A little bit of a gap to his teammate now, so the first time 2 cops for these drivers goes all well. So let's jump back on the front. Razi looks like he's having some pace today, because he's very close. Does go over the grass there, so a little bit of a moment maybe. Sammy picks up a penalty. And now Sharif gets past for Rico. And he takes P7. Look at the top 5. Very close together. Tours has the fastest lap, of course, so let's see who has the pace in lap 2. Rico very close to the back of Gatsby now. Gatsby also overtaken Rico now, so it was a great start, but he is losing positions now. Sammy in the pits. So let's see, Quina, Sportmat as well, all within the top 5 now still. Irma picks up a penalty now as well. So let's see, the top 5. Sportmat is having a little bit of a gap now, but the top 4 is very close, all within 4/10 of each other now. So let's see, Norgay goes wide, and Quina is seizing his moment. He is having the run, and he is gonna try to make the overtake. He will go to the inside, and they will go side by side through the corner, and Norgay keeps it around the outside. Very good defending from Norgay. Quina is having a little look, but does not get past just yet. No need to take much risk, of course, in a sprint race. Quina is sliding all over the place now. Needs to get back that composure. Meanwhile, Riyadh is very close to Farico, who lost 3 seconds to Gatsby, so I think Farico might have some damage or something, because he is not quick at all. He goes wide again. And Riyadh overtakes him quite easily there. As well as Hooders, who is now very close. They're still side by side, giving each other plenty of room, so good to see. Riyadh takes the position now, and Hooders is gonna try and take the position as well. He moves to the inside and brakes later than Farico, because looking for a switchback, but that is not gonna work just yet. So he concedes that position. So Hooders takes P10. Good racing from these guys here in the midfield. Let's head back to the top. Razi right behind Stewart. Oh, and Razi takes a 2-second penalty, so that will hurt in the end. Couldn't keep it clean. And we'll pay the price for that. Let's see if anyone else is trying a move. Gatsby is mega close to the Aston Martins. They go side by side, and Gatsby edges in front. Can he keep it in the tracks? No, he goes a little bit wide, so we will get a warning for that. But he does keep the position, goes a little bit wide here as well. trying to get back into the rhythm. Looked like they settled now what it is. Rico is just keep losing places, so I think he is driving with damage. Let's head back to the front then, because Rasi is all over TJ Stewart. Trying to make a move. In the back, Norgay is also under a lot of pressure from Quina and from Sportmat. So the Alfa Romeos are looking good today. Great to see. Not been a great season for the team, but looks like they have some pace around Silverstone. Let's see, look how close the top 5 is at the moment. Semi picks up another penalty. And Federico drops to P13, so Federico is having a horrible sprint weekend. And there goes Razi, but he goes wide over the grass. And now Norgay has put the overtake on and he is closing rapidly. But can he do anything? He's having a look. And he is trying, but Razi closes the door. No way through there for him. Can Quina anticipate on anything then? No, but they are edging closer and closer as we enter the last lap of the sprint, and Quina loses it almost. Quina loses it. Oh, Quina throws it away on the final lap. Very unfortunate for him. But the top 4 now continues on. Very close battle still. Let's see, can Razi do anything? He's draining the battery, but it's not really getting to anything yet. Does have a lot more battery than Stewart. Stewart goes a little bit wide there as well. Razi has a good exit. And Razi is gonna look. Can he do anything into Cops? Doesn't look like it. But a good exit could make the difference. And he tries it, but Stewart has a good exit as well. And Stewart now picks up a 2-second time penalty, so that means they are both out of the contention for the win. So Norgay will be on pole, most likely. Sportmat will be in P2, so very good from those guys, keeping it clean. So it goes wide again. Razi goes wide as well. So one of these two is gonna win on the line. Stewart having a slide. Razi is having a look now up the inside and he's gonna take it, I think. Yes, Razi takes the flag. So a great move from Razi. That gives him P3 on the grid, but Norgay is the big winner of the sprint. He takes pole position for the 50% race. Sportmat with a great recovery. Let me see. Position changes. Sportmat 7 positions up to P2, great from him. Sharif also 10 positions in the sprint, so very strong from him as well. Catsby hold position. Neuropirate won 4, Riyadh won 4 as well. And the big losers here are Hooders, Rocky, Irma losing 6 and Quina losing 9 positions, so very unfortunate for him. But Norgay will be buzzing because he is on pole and Federico is in P13, so he can really pull himself back into the championship fight today with a good result in the 50%, of course. Sammy sets the fastest lap, so he ends it on a somewhat good note, for some promising pace at least for the race. So one more time, Norgay takes pole for the race. So good from him from P4 on the grid. kept it clean and kept it on the track, and it got him pole position. Sportman as well, great sprint race from him. Razi and Stewart. It's going to be a great battle between these two because they were very close in quali and they were very close again in the sprint. So it's a battle to look out for this race. Sharif with a tremendous result in the sprint. Gatsby kept it clean, just consistent, very good from him. Neuropirate and Riyadh winning both good positions. And Hooders, Rocky, Irma, Quina will not be happy about their results today. Farico did what he could, but I think he got damaged, so it was always an uphill battle. And Sammy did not gain anything. Bob Sada DNF'd on the first lap as well, unfortunately for him, so he will be at the back. But of course 50% is long, so they have time to make their mistakes up, of course. So I will be taking a quick toilet break, so I will be right back when the 50% starts. So, as the drivers are picking up their setups and choosing their strategies, we can see that it is raining for the 50% as well. So, that will be exciting. Norgay, after his result in the sprint, will be only 7 points behind now. Behind Farico in the championship, so very close between the two now. So that is great to see. As Federico says in the chat, rain all race, so we will be in for a wet one today. Intermediate conditions. So that makes the quali a lot more important now. And Norgay has put himself on pole, so good to see from him. Of course, Sportmat as well. And Razi, Stewart, Sharif, Gatsby, Neuropirate, Riyad, Hooders, Rocky, Irma, Quina, Farico, Sammy, and then Popsada ends the grid. So, let you guys hear your predictions in the chat. Who do you think will master Silverstone in the rain? What will be your top 3 today? So, as the cars line up, we have a prediction in the chat from Quinn who says Razi P1, Norgay P2 and Quina in P3. So, let's hope for Quina indeed to have a good recovery race. In P12, so he has a lot of work to do. So, let's see as we await the lights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and it's a drive-through for Caspi, and the rest is going now. So let's see who gets a good start. It's Farico, or if it's Norgay in the lead. That's a great start. We have Sportman in second, but it is a lot of battling there in the midfield. As it's very busy here. Let's see how it goes. To just do it now side by side, but looks like he will get that position. Razi as well, all over the back of Sharif. Tries the outside, can't brake later, so Sharif will have P4 for now. Let's see how everybody stands. Farico up to P9 already. Great restart, or great start again. Now Quina gets past Irma. He gets hit by Irma. He has to stay behind here. Irma, Quina, he holds P10 for now. Let's jump back to the front where Sportmet didn't have as good of a start as Norgay, who already is a second clear. Gatsby close behind, but Gatsby has the drive-through, so Gatsby is not close behind at all. We have Sharif then in a net P3. because Gatsby's gonna serve it immediately. And Shreve has one as well. Oh, I did not notice that at all. So Razi is in the net P3. So looking good for him still. Norgay and Sportmet will have a nice little gap to the rest of the field now because of those drive-throughs. So Stewart also with a gap to Razi. Neuropirate and close. Hooters very close. And for Rico as well. Quina as well. So the train really starts at P4 and ends really at P13. So a very big train here in the rain. For Rico on the outside, can't make anything of it. They are very close to each other. Quina is having a little look maybe. He gets hit again by Irma. Irma not having his braking points together at all at the rain. Quina now on the inside of Rico. Rico tries to hang it around the outside. And it looks like they're going side by side into their way into Kops. But who will lift first? I think it's nobody. They're going side by side through it. Very good racing from the two of them here. Quina does edge in front, so into P7 for him. Very good move here from Quina. Moves himself in front of Rico, so good move from him. Takes P7. Hooters tries to get close to Neuropirate, but it's not close enough for a move. Irma is very close to Rico. As Popsada makes a diving move on Rocky. Takes P10. Saw it in the background happening. Rocky losing another position to Sammy. Tries a bit of a dive bomb, but they give each other space. Sammy now into P11. As Razi is setting the pace. He is the quickest man out there at the moment. Rocky very close to the back of Sammy now. But his lines are a little bit messed up here, so he's not really getting a look. So let's see. Here goes for the battle for P5. T. Stewart did stretch away from Neuropirate on those last couple laps. Sportmet is very much on the back of Norgay again. So the battle for the lead is also a good battle. Let's look at this one now for a little bit. As this is the biggest battle on the track for sure. Irma is at the back of this little 5-car battle. Rico Toxic picks up a 3 seconds already, so he is struggling to keep it within the lines. The penalty per lap. Stewart as well, also already 3 seconds, so that is gonna be costly at the end. For now, Sportmet is very close to Norgay. Putting some pressure on him. So again, Quina and for Rico very close to each other. A little bit of a slide from Quina there. And now Rico is trying the move. And they are going side by side again. Keeping each other alive. Very good racing from the two. Jump on board by Irma because he has the best seat in the house. Side by side still. As Hooters has gone off in the background. As for Rico now edges ahead of Quina. So good racing between the two. Quina now immediately under the pressure of Irma. Irma is looking. But Quina does leave the room, but Irma does not take the room. So stays behind P7 for Quina, now P8 still for Irma. So good battle here for P6. As the top 3 is now all within the second of each other, so they are close. No DRS of course in the rain, but still important of course to be close behind. Stewart a little bit in a no man's land right now. 2 seconds in front and 2 seconds behind. We look on board here, but I don't think anyone is close enough for a move. We did lose Hooters on that last lap. He did spin. I did not know what happened, unfortunately, but he has been tumbling down the order. But it's very close. Look at this train. This is the train up into Forico. So, very good to see. The pace is quite similar here around Silverstone, of course. In the dry it is pretty much a DRS track, but in the rain the pace is also very good for each driver, so let's see. Razi gets within 3/10 of Sportmet. It's really pushing him through the corners at the moment. The race is full wets, yes. It's an all rain race. Or if you mean the tires, I don't think it's time for the full wet tires yet, but could be coming any second, maybe. Depending, of course, on how hard the rain will last. So, let's see, Razi is very close to the back of Sportman, but not close enough for a move. But he is setting a lot of pressure on Sportman right now. Forico did catch up to Neuropirate, so he is now very close to him. Quina did also just keep up with the pace, so the pace is good from a lot of drivers. It's very close. Yes, Richie, love that it's all close racing indeed, because it's very nice to see these racing. Quina now sets the fastest lap. So he is now the fastest guy on track, but this is the battle for the lead, the top 3. Stewart is catching up to this battle, so he's no longer in no man's land because he's coming into the fight battle for the win. Sharif now sets the fastest lap. Battle for P5 also very close. Irma, it looks like Irma cannot keep up with the pace at the moment. Maybe made a little mistake on this lap. As Razi is already again within 4/10, now within 2/10 of Sportmet, and it looks like he's lining him up for a move here. He needs a good exit, gets a decent one, but Sportmet gets a good one as well, so he is turning off his battery. He knows it's not gonna work this time. Forico is within 2/10 of Neuropirate. Looks to the outside. Quina also very close to Forico. Like, oh, very close racing here. Very good to see. Quina a little bit cautious, of course, with the last corner. Lost it there in the sprint, so he knows what not to do. Razi again now trying. Look at the outside, but did not have enough overspeed to make that work. But he is very much waiting for a mistake now for Sportmet, so he can capitalize. Forico still very close to Neuropirate, so we're having a lot of great battles here today. Rocky as well. Very much all over the back of Bob Sada, who's just only a half a second behind the train of Neuropirate, so very, very close racing here. All down the grid. So great to see. Stewart now completely inside the train, but Norgay has been pulling away on the last couple laps because the gap is now almost 1.5 seconds. So Razi really is looking for the move, but Sportmet keeps getting good exits. Let's see here, Forico, Quina, very close. Quina is pushing, using the battery. He's trying to force something to happen. And there Frico gets another penalty, so he is 6 seconds now. That will not help him at all. Especially not when the grid is this close, because he will just be dropping down all the way to P13 if it finishes like this. Just because of the 6 seconds, so very close. Rasi has been letting off the pressure a little bit of Sportmet. Sportmet is also regaining some time on Norgay, so the consistency, they're still a little bit searching for the consistency because the gaps are growing and closing mostly at the top. Consistency here in the middle is very good. The gaps stay the same. Quina did have a little bit of lost time now. He gains it all back in the braking zone. So will Quina think of a move somewhere, because he is very close. Let's get a little bit wide here, so can't go full throttle, but Irma can, and Irma is trying because he is using battery. Now he didn't, so he's staying behind, but he did close up a lot of time. Look at this Semi now, all over the back of Irma, so he passed Mopsada and then closed down this gap rapidly. Razi still very close. The gap to Neuropilot keeps growing and growing, so the top 4, it looks like it's gonna be a 4-way battle for the lead. And then Stewart has of course that penalty, so he will be hoping for more penalties, but he will not lose positions of the penalty any more down, so it looks good for them. Then we have Neuropilot leading the train for P5 with Furico, Quina and Irma very close, Semi as well. And then we have a very small gap to Bob Sada. Then we have Rocky, Riyadh and Hoeders. And then after that we have Gatsby, who is unfortunately a little bit off the pace at the moment. But at a moment I think at the start, Sharif as well. So they are just hoping for a safety car, I think. As we head back to the front, where Razi is once again very close to the back of Sportmet. Again, it looks like he cannot make anything of it. So Rico now is very close. Let's see how the battery of all drivers is. Rico is on 60% and Neuropilot basically identical. Quina has 10% more, so he is having a little bit more pace. But everybody has a lot of battery. Stewart has only 40, Razi has 90. So Razi is having amazing pace because Razi has 19% battery and he's pushing Sportmet, who only has 50%. So looking good for Razi. So let's see. Rico gets very close to Neuropilot now. He's gonna try a move here. Is he gonna make it stick? He's pushing Neuropilot a little bit wide, but Quina is trying to capitalize, but he doesn't dare to go full throttle. Neuropilot is fighting him back. He's not giving up the position that easily. But he is braking pretty early, so now he is losing another position, it looks like. And Quina is going for the same move on Rico he did earlier in the race. This time he can't pull it off, but he does get a better exit. And they are side by side again, up to cops. We have seen this before. And it works again. Very good racing from these two. These two giving each other the space they deserve. And Rico stays ahead for now, but Quina is pushing him through the corners. Does he have a good exit? Looks like Rico has a better exit, so they will stay in formation, but Neuropirate lost 2 positions there at once. Frico and Quina both get through. Finally they get through because they were quicker, it looked like. As we have a little bit of a 3-way battle there behind them. Sammy takes the position from Irma almost. They are wheel banging there, but he takes it there, so good move from Sammy. Also Rocky got past Bob Sada in the background. They are still battling. It looks like the whole train is almost together again. Sammy is fancying a move on Neuropirate immediately as well. Neuropirate will fight back on the inside and he gets tapped around and ooh, there goes Neuro. So he is out. Well, not out of course, but he's out of the fight. I don't know what happened there. He had a little bit of contact with Sammy, but I don't know what happened, so let's move on. Sportmat is in P2 still. Of course, there's nothing changed. For Rico, the gap stays the same, but Rico is pushing because we're now struggling to keep up at the moment. He's using a lot of battery to do so, of course, so see how it works out for him. Irma close to Sammy, so this battle continues. Razi gets very close again to the back of Sportmat. Also Riyadh got a little bit close there on the back straight, but now has to tuck in again. Sada is sliding a little bit there. Sammy sets the fastest lap, so Sammy has some pace. So, well, the race falls a bit in formation now, just as we are on the halfway point of the race. Drivers are keeping their positions now. Back gaps are growing a little bit, but mostly all within 1 second. They are steady now. Hoeders, after that spin, tries get back to the front. We are there. It's a little bit wide, but it's a good exit from it. So then it works. Not even producing battery, and he's closing rapidly to Upsala, so showing some pace there. Quina very close now to the back of Rico again, so now Quina is the one with some pace. Ooh, almost loses it on the exit there, but he keeps it. Did lose him some time. We have a yellow in sector 2. That is Rocky, who is around in the final, just before the final corner. So lost it on traction, unfortunately for him. Very tough corner to do in the dry, and now in the rain it's getting a lot more difficult. So Norgay still just leading the Grand Prix, setting the pace. Rico is slowly but steadily gaining on Stewart, because the gap was 5 seconds. Now it's only 4.7, so he's closing in. Quina is still very close to Rico. Can he do anything on the exit? Rico goes wide. Rico is having a bad run, and that was all the invitation Quina's gonna need, because he turns on the gears, almost loses it. Ooh, that was very close. Good catch from Quina, but he's still very close, and he's still going for the move. Up the inside. Rico's leaving a little bit of space, but keeps ahead for now. So Quina had the run initially on the exit, but maybe a little bit too eager on the gas. Lost it, almost catched it, very good, but has to try again now. So and now he has Sammy for company, because Sammy is only 4 tenths behind him. So now he also has pressure from behind. As Razi still trying to make something happen on Sportmat, but it's just not working. Also, I'm wondering if we're even gonna go for a pit stop, or if people are gonna try and finish it without stopping. In the rain, of course you can do that, so I don't know if the tires will last, of course. The weather isn't changing, so it will be a stop to another set of inters. As Riyadh is side by side with Bob Sada now, takes the inside on Kops, and Bob Sada actually gets the better run around the outside, holds the position for now. So good defending from Bob Sada there. As we now have Sammy closing in on Quina. A little loop, but not making anything of it, of course, from that far back. They're just following each other around now. So the top 3 is also very close again now, because Sportmat maybe found some pace, or Norgay lost some, and now it is again very close with the 3 of them. Just Stewart unfortunately lost a bit of ground on them. The gap still closing to Furico. So Furico is driving a good race. Sammy is now very close to Quina. He cuts the corner there, gets 3 seconds. So Sammy also 3 seconds now. He is very close to Quina, but he's not close enough. Trying to scare him off the road, but it did not work. But Quina did lose a little bit of time, and now the moment is here. Leaving each other space, good racing. But no move for Sammy this time. He takes the curb, and that is very dangerous, but he holds it. So that gives Furico a little bit of breathing room. Sammy almost losing it there. He's trying to take some risks. He wants to close up, try to make a move on Quina. It is very difficult, of course, to make moves in the rain. It goes a little bit wide here. We have a yellow in sector 1. That is Riyadh. Not a big incident, I think, because he has no damage and he was still on the track, but did lose a lot of time. Quina is again close to Furico. Razi also very close to Sportman again. Furico, Furico made a big mistake there. And that is gonna give them the run, but does he get a good exit this time? Quina does. And he is going for the move, and it looks like it will be quite an easy move, because he is all the way alongside. Quina does brake early, but He keeps it for now. Sammy now. Lunge and a half. But he keeps it on the track. Sort of, but Quina spins. Oh. I don't know what happened. But it was only a half spin. Because he's not that far behind. So he recovered pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. It was a crazy lunge. Now he picks up the penalty, Quina. So he lost composure. Hopefully he can regain some. Let's see. Sammy does take P5 now, so he's up to P5. Rico 6th, Irma back in the battle. Irma goes to the outside of Rico's into Cops. That is a great move from Irma there. Round the outside in Cops. Very nice move from Irma. Takes P6. Irma has some good pace here. Quina already back on Rico, so yeah, unfortunate for him, that's for sure, but he did not lose that much time. Top 3 is still very close together. Hoeders is now closing up to the back of Popsada. So a battle for P9 maybe coming. Popsada is loses it almost. And Hoeders takes full advantage of it. Takes P9. Now it can try and close up 6 seconds to Quina in P8. See here at the top because it's getting very close now. Quina also here again very close to Rico, but does not get the exit he wants from up to the straight, so not close enough. Popsada also not close enough. Quina takes another 3 seconds now. He picked up a lot of warnings in the last 3 laps. Let's have a little look at the penalty situation then. So Tijo Stewart and Sam both having 3 seconds. So Stewart, as it stands, will not lose anything of his 3 seconds. Sammy will lose positions, but I don't know if it will. It will only be one, only to Irma. Irma will gain 1, of course, and for Rico, Quina, I think, will just stay where they are, probably. Of course, still 7 laps to go, so we don't know yet, but let's see. Gatsby now gets the move on Popsada. The same corner that Hoeders did, so Popsada is having some issues in that corner. Like it's a good run, but the exit lets him down again. So no move for Quina. For the DRS is... I saw something from DRS, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, the DRS went on. I saw that on the top, so I don't know why these guys, why Quina did not pit. Razi now picks up a penalty, so everybody, of course, will pit now. Yeah, I don't understand why Quina didn't pit, but that's whatever. Sammy is now all of a sudden very close to Stewart. So soft tires there for Rico and Irma. Yeah, these guys were already past the thing, I think, but yeah, well, it is what it is. The leaders, all three did not pit, so let's see. They are going very slow all of a sudden, it looks like. Let's look at the gap to the leader. So Irma is the first one. He is 37 seconds behind. Oh, Irma is off. I don't know what happened, unfortunately. Just too late. But I think it's just still a little bit wet, because it looks like the gap is growing. No, he's now gaining, so he's now gaining a lot. So the gap is definitely, it definitely slicks. They are almost at the pit lane now, the leaders. So oh, Sportman continues. Oh wow, that is a very weird decision to me, but I am only a commentator. Stewart all the way over the back of Sammy into the pit. So now the leaders pit. Gatsby speeds into the pit lane. Very sloppy penalty to get. So everybody goes to the softs, I would imagine. Yep. So Sportman leads now, but he will be losing a lot of time. Here comes Norgay, and he will be clear of the field, so he will still be P1. Razi will now get P2. And I think Sammy will be P4, and Furico will be in P5. Stewart P6, Quina P7. He jumped Irma, so Irma's spin on the outlap really cost him. Now it's time for these guys to push, because Furico has the DRS. And Neuro Pirate has left to... Ooh, Sammy! Great save. Quina picks up another penalty. Sammy struggling here. Sliding all over the place. So let's put the gap back to this one. So Norgay 24 seconds behind Sportman now. Oh, and Sportman is gonna finish the race, I think, on these tires. Okay. Well, that is something to try, of course. As Norgay sets purple sector 2, so he is very quick. He's still out of the DRS of Razi. Razi is closing in. Stewart is also very close to Quina. Or to Sammy, I'm sorry. Quina is trying to get into the DRS. Oh yeah, I can show you the pens, of course. So here you go. 3 seconds for Razi, 6 for Furico, 3 for Sammy, 6 for Stewart, but Stewart goes off and Stewart loses its entire front wing. So Stewart is out of contention. Yeah, very unfortunate for Stewart. Did not know, I think he just lost it in turn 1. That means Quina moves up 1. Oh, everybody moves up from 1 from P6. Quina with the penalties is gonna drop down a lot of positions, I think. Let's see where it's a close battle. Gatsby is close to Hooters. Gatsby, of course, with the 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, so unfortunate. Now Sammy gets within the second. Did he get in on time? No, he did not. So no DRS this time around. They will be pushing to get in. Razi is in. And they are closing rapidly on Sportmat. But there are only 3 more laps, I think. So, fastest laps around. We have a yellow again. I think it is against Stewart. As Hooters gets past Gatsby now for P9. Sammy gets past for Rico, but Rico is off. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? The championship leader just went off. And I don't know what happened. I did not see it. But he... Oh, that I did not expect at all. Well, he's down in P7 now. Sammy takes P4. Quina takes P5. Sportmat still leading, but it's only 10 seconds now and it is completely dry. Those tires are gonna explode. This is not nice to drive, I think. Sportmat made the wrong call to not go in. And he's paying for it heavily now. Okay, just have to keep calm because Razi now also lost it in the Maggots and Beckett section. So Sammy takes P3 and Quina takes P4. So yeah, I don't know what happened. He does have DRS, that's nice, but yeah, I don't know what happened. Norgay now on his own. Only thing he has to do is close down Sportmat. Norgay with another fastest lap, so he is well on his way to Sammy now in P3. Good race from him. Quina in P4. So look at the pace difference. Norgay is flying. Only 2.5 seconds, so let's wait for the inevitable to happen. Riyadh now retires in the pit lane, so he is done with today. First retirement of the race, so only the first time in lap 24. That is great to see. Sportmat also out of battery, and of course on very poor tires. Look at the pace difference. Norgay, be careful. Be careful, Norgay, he is slow. You have all the time. Here you go. Now it will be an easy pass for Norgay. So he takes the lead. Look how he pulls away in the corners. Absolutely flying. So Norgay doing everything he can to very much close up this championship battle. And I think he will even take the lead of the championship. If I'm not mistaken, of course. The gap was 7 before race. And Norgay is gonna get all the points here, if he can keep it on track, of course. So he goes into the penultimate lap, P1. Sportmat still P2. Sammy then coming up quick. We're now with another 3 seconds, so very poor from Quina. Sportmat gets overtaken there, of course, because he's on the wrong tire. We have Irma close, very close to Razi. Now Sportmat. Come on, Sportmat. Just get out of the way. You are not in the race anymore. Irma now very close to Razi, but he does run wide at Cops. Sammy now picks up another 3 seconds, so he got 6. So the penalties are falling very much now. Everybody just pushing and not really caring about the track limits anymore. Irma now takes P4 with the help of DRS, so he flies past. Sportmat here, yeah. Furico takes P6. But let's see. This is the closest battle we have on track at the moment. Well, what happened? Sportmet is out. Oh. Razi very close to Irma. He will get this position anyway, but he wants to get it on track. Let's see if he can do it. He's very close. Norgay comes through this section one last time. It looks like Norgay is weaving a little bit for us. He's already celebrating. He knows he had a great weekend today. Just has to finish. Will Razi get the position on track? He decides to stay behind, so no risk taken from Norgay. No, from Razi. But here comes Norgay through the final corner. And he will win the Silverstone Grand Prix here. Very, very good results from Norgay. Semi takes P2. Razi takes P3. Irma takes P4. Quina for now P5. But Bobsada without penalties jumps to P4. Great result from him. Furico stays behind Quina, so P6 it looks like will be the end for Quina. 7 Furico, 8 Sharif, 9th Gatsby, Rocky 10th, Hooders 11th, Nora Pirate will be 12th. Sportmet made the wrong choice, unfortunately for him. He will be down the order. And Stewart is P14 as well. So only one DNF this race, Riyadh the only one. Norgay, very, very good result from him. Taking championship lead, I think. So very strong. Has been the driver of the day for a couple races now, and now today he takes top spot. So very, very strong from him. Sammy Jensen takes driver of the day, and well, he of course had a very strong race. I was thinking, in my head it would have been Sportmet of course, because Sportmet with the sprint quali and the 50% race would have been the driver of the day. For me, no brainer. But now of course it changed a bit, so I will have to check the results from the sprint, and then I will let you guys know who the driver of the day for me was in the Discord. So Norgay takes the victory. Very good race from him. Pole to flag for him. Sammy Jensen takes P2. Razi takes P3. Bobsada takes P4. Irma takes P5. Quina P6. Farico P7. Sharif P8. Caspi P9. And Rocky P10. Then we have Hooders in P11. Neuropite in P12. And Sportmet P13. Stewart in P14 with the fastest lap. And Riyadh, the only one to DNF, in P15. So a very, very enjoyable race. Very, very good driving standards. And nice battling today. So a huge compliment to the drivers. And I hope to see everyone next week when we go to Brazil. So I see you guys then. Ciao.